It is absolutely insane how Disney hasn't capitalized on the potential of a second season of Kenobi. I mean, come on. When you've got Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen practically begging for more, how is that not a huge sign? Ewan literally said he hopes to come back for more stories. I swear, if Disney doesn't jump on this, they're more out of touch than we thought.
Exactly. McGregor's not just some random actor either. He is Obi-Wan. And he's out here talking about how much he loved studying Alec Guinness's work for the role and how playing a young Kenobi was a personal challenge for him. He's still in love with this character, even after all these years. The man's hinting at more untold stories between Kenobi and A New Hope. How do you not greenlight that?
I know, right? When he says, I really do hope we get a chance to do another one. That's not just some casual remark. He's basically telling us there's more story to tell. And let's be real, the gap between where season one left off and when Alec Guinness takes over is huge. There's a ton of unexplored territory in the dark times, maybe with Darth Maul or Qui-Gon. Who knows? And who better to take us through that than McGregor's Kenobi?
Totally. And what about Hayden? The guy's not even trying to be subtle. He flat out said it's a no-brainer if it means getting to work with Ewan again. You can tell he's just as invested in the character as Ewan is. He even said, just as a fan, it's so exciting to watch him play Obi-Wan. If Anakin Skywalker himself wants more of this, what's Disney's excuse for holding back? The chemistry between those two is just electric. It's part of what makes their dynamic so iconic.
You nailed it. Everyone can agree that Hayden and Ewan coming back together in that first season gave us some of the best moments in Star Wars. Like in episode 6, where Obi-Wan slashed Vader's helmet in half. Pure emotional devastation. I was literally floored by how well they handled it. These two guys understand their characters on a level that most actors only dream about. And let's be honest, Disney needs a win right now, especially after that whole mess with The Acolyte.
Don't even get me started on that train wreck. The Acolyte's cancellation was just another sign of how out of touch Lucasfilm has become with the fan base. We're watching the studio crash and burn, and then you've got two of the most beloved actors in the Star Wars universe practically offering them a lifeline. It's like Disney standing there with their fingers in their ears saying, we don't care. The fans are begging for more of them, and Disney's response is just to ignore it.
There's only one way to say this. You messed up. You blew it. You goofed.
It's mind-blowing how obvious the solution is. Bringing back McGregor and Christensen gives them the perfect chance to redeem themselves. The prequel trilogy has gained so much love in recent years. People finally see them as some of the best parts of the Star Wars saga. Nostalgia's huge. And these two actors are swimming in it. Fans are dying to see more of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and so am I. This is their chance to take advantage of that momentum for all it's worth.
And McGregor's right. There's so much more story to tell. The dark times, for one, are massively important in the Star Wars timeline. What was Obi-Wan doing all that time? Season 1 gave us a taste, but there's a whole galaxy of stories left to explore. Plus, after the backlash Disney's been getting, giving the fans what they want would be a major win for the franchise. McGregor and Christensen are literally laying out a path to success for them.
Seriously, Disney has completely forgotten how much Obi-Wan and Anakin mean to people. It just hits different seeing Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen share the screen together. It's not just nostalgia. There's a real emotional weight to their performances. Any story involving the two of them has the potential to be peak Star Wars. You can't just leave that half-baked season 1 story hanging. Give us more. But just let someone who understands Star Wars like Dave Filoni produce it.
Exactly. It's wild to think about some of the incredible moments we got from just one season. The connection between Obi-Wan and Vader should have been the main focus throughout the entire series. Seeing them speak with each other in the finale was just a small taste of what we could have gotten. Those were powerful moments that hit hard, and you're telling me there's no room for more stories like that in a second season? It's criminal to think they'd stop now, especially with Ewan and Hayden both so on board.
And what's even crazier is that they're talking about more personal stories too. McGregor is out here hinting that his job as Kenobi isn't finished yet. The idea of filling in the gap between season 1 and A New Hope is too perfect to pass up. There's literally no downside to this if you do it right. Just actually focus on the main character and don't make it the Reva show.
Totally. It feels like Disney's sitting on a goldmine and doesn't even realize it. Imagine the reaction if they announced a second season. Fans would lose their minds. And let's not forget McGregor and Christensen are still at the top of their game. Their performances in Kenobi were some of the best we've seen in the franchise in years. Why wouldn't you want more of that?
It's so frustrating how simple this decision should be to greenlight Kenobi Season 2. McGregor and Christensen have both expressed how much they love playing these characters. There's a clear demand from the fan base. The prequels have this massive resurgence in popularity. Everything is lined up for success, and yet Disney's still dragging their feet. At this point, not giving us a second season would be one of the dumbest moves they could make.
And that's just what they'll do.
I completely agree. If Disney doesn't greenlight Season 2 after all this, they're basically waving a giant middle finger at the fans. It's not like they can afford more flops. The Acolyte tanking was proof of that. But with Obi-Wan and Anakin, that's an instant win if done correctly. They need to stop hesitating and just make it happen. Otherwise, they're going to keep sinking in this downward spiral of bad decisions.
Totally. And honestly, I think McGregor and Christensen are aware of what's at stake. They're not just in this for a paycheck. They genuinely care about these characters and their stories. That's why they're so passionate about continuing. And if they care that much, we know the fans will care too. The ball's in Disney's court now, but they better not drop it.
Yeah, they can't afford to. Season 2 of Kenobi would go crazy. Just think about all the hype it got for Season 1. So if they miss out on that, they're missing out on a massive opportunity to save their reputation. It's really that simple. They've got Ewan and Hayden on board, the fans are hyped, and all the ingredients for success are right there.
It's absolutely ridiculous how much goodwill Disney could rebuild with one announcement. All they have to say is, hey, we're bringing back McGregor and Christensen for another season, and boom, fan outrage turns into excitement. It's like they're intentionally ignoring the one thing that would unite the fan base for once. It's not even about the money anymore. It's about not being stupid.
For real. Disney's been tripping over themselves lately with all these misfires. The Star Wars fan base is already so divided, but the idea of Obi-Wan Kenobi was one of the few things that brought people together again. Even if it was for a short moment, you've got people who hated the sequels, who are skeptical of anything new, and yet they all love seeing Obi-Wan and Vader go at it again. Disney needs to realize that and run with it with a better director.
It's honestly embarrassing how much potential they're leaving on the table. If I was in charge over at Disney, I'd be calling up McGregor and Christensen right now saying, let's go Season 2 full steam ahead. You know why? Because fans aren't going to stick around forever. People are already skeptical of new projects because of all the flops. But you put Obi-Wan and Anakin back on screen and suddenly everyone's tuning in.
Exactly. It's like Disney's allergic to success at this point. There's no logical reason to hesitate on this. Look at the buzz just from McGregor and Christensen talking about Season 2. Fans are already hopeful, and that's without an official announcement. But hey, if you guys enjoyed our thoughts on Kenobi Season 2, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Trooper Talks. Catch you guys next time.